Hey, it's me, Kathy. 2 more days till Christmas, and I got a few things on my agenda. We'll see if I get them done. I'm doing a lot of stuff because, you know, it's Christmas. Anyway, today I still had some of that lamb in my freezer, the lamb that I cooked in the Instant Pot a few recipes ago. And today we're gonna make an Irish lamb stew, and it's gonna be so good because it's freezing outside and it's gonna be comforting and warming, and let's do it. I saved everything from our braised lamb, and this right here is the fat that I removed from the top of the broth, which is what we also have. So we're gonna start with a little bit of that fat to cook our vegetables in. Ordinarily, I would flour the meat and put it in the pan, but this meat is already cooked, so we're just doing vegetables and adding the meat in later. Our lamb fat is starting to get bubbly, and there was some broth attached to it, so it's a little wet. It's not just fat, but it's enough. We'll cook this down, and those juices will evaporate, and then we'll add more stock. So we have some celery, some carrots, and some onions going in. All from Misfits Market, all organic. In they go. I decided to season them up. We don't need to put too much seasoning in this because the broth is already seasoned from cooking the lamb before. But so I wanted to add Montreal steak seasoning. It has good stuff in it. It's got garlic and salt and pepper and what else? Oh, and paprika, which is important for doing lamb. So we're going to season that up with that, and we're going to stir this around a bit and soften up these veggies just a little. We're going to cook them in the broth, but we want to exude the juices, the natural juices out of them. And when that's done, we will continue on. We're cooking up nicely and smelling fantastic. We're going to sprinkle on a little bit of flour. And Kelly's talking. Stir this to coat our vegetables. Make sure all the white has disappeared. And now is time for a little bit of our lamb stock. This is kind of gelatinous and delicious. And I'm just going to put that much in for now because I want to make sure that the flour doesn't clump when I add a bottle of Guinness. And we're going to stir that around for a bit, and then we're going to continue on. We're going to stir this constantly till it comes up to a boil, and then we'll see how thick it is and how much more juice we have to add in. And the next step will be potatoes. We are coming to a boil, and now we're going to add in some potatoes. These are russet potatoes I had on hand from Misfits Market, of course. We're going to stir those in. And as you can see, we're getting pretty thick. This is going to cook for a while longer, so I'm going to add a little more broth, and that's going to stop the boil for now. And when we come back to a boil, actually, I'm going to add it all. But when we come back up to a boil, then we're going to cook these vegetables till they're nice and soft, and then we're going to add in our meat, and then we're going to eat our Irish lamb stew. I neglected to put in a squeeze of tomato paste like I planned, just to give it a little bit of something something, and that should be enough. We have reached our boil. And now we are going to turn the heat down to medium-low, and we're going to let this simmer for probably about 20 minutes to make sure these carrots and potatoes are softened up nicely. And then we'll finish up. Our vegetables are almost ready. potatoes are pretty soft, but the carrots need a few more minutes. So at this point in time, here's our braised lamb meat, and it's going in because that needs to heat up too. So this should be ready in about 10 minutes, and it's going to be yummy and satisfying and very comforting. Our vegetables are softened, and we're just going to test them. This is how you do it. You stick a knife in there, and when it slides right in, slides right out. They are done. And the potatoes, right in, right out, done. That meat is falling apart, delicious, but it already was. And now we're gonna scoop it into a bowl, ladle it into a bowl, and serve it up. And it's gonna be yummy. Here's our finished Irish lamb stew. Chunky, full of vegetables, and meaty, and yummy. And let's have a bite. Thank you for joining me while I played with my leftover lamb again. That means for a $20 lamb purchase, we got 3 dishes out of this guy. And sorry, maybe just 2. And it's gonna be delicious. That's what it looks like on a spoon. You get your carrot, your celery, your potato, your lamb, and your broth. And it's a little too hot to take a bite right now. So we're gonna wait till later, and we got some more stuff coming up, so stay tuned. We'll see you soon. Merry Christmas.